Nicholas Paganini taught us this lesson. Nicholas Paganini was a 17th century violinist. They say many in the music business, music appreciation teachers bring Paganini up. And I don't know if it's Paganini, so please, I apologize if I'm incorrect in the way I'm saying it, but a 17th century violinist played by ear. If you don't know anything about music, which I did not know a lot about, the bridge has 4 strings go across. And when the strings go across the bridge, it's not glued down. It's not adhered. If there are no strings, there is no bridge. I tell you that because one night Paganini was playing in front of several hundred people, and as he was playing his violin, all of a sudden, one of the strings snapped. When the string snapped, there was a little bit of a gasp, because all of a sudden you could see that one string just dangling down. He looked up into the mezzanine. When he looked up into the mezzanine, he started to continue to play, and it was like, what? They said he never stopped. They said his bow went across those 3 strings as he focused on what needed to be done. He just kept playing. Now, I don't know a lot about music, as I said, but I do have a couple of children that are very proficient, and I said, they go, it's called chords, Dad. Do the math, Dad. 25% just flip down. And depending on where your hands, depending on where the, I go, oh. He said, yeah. So he said, Dad, the first time I ever heard you tell the story, I'm thinking, man, this guy's amazing. He's into the mezzanine, and then he starts to play on 3 strings like he's playing on 4. He played so fast on 3, a second string snapped. This time when the second string snapped, the audience, most of them gasped. He looked back into the mezzanine, refocused, and never stopped his bow. Now they say, according to, and I read the article in Reader's Digest, Chuck Swindoll had it in one of his books, I've read the account 3 different times, they said he never stopped the motion of the bow across the 2 strings, and when he finally got centered again on the stage, they said he took the bow up across the 2 strings and went, whoosh. You couldn't have written it, you couldn't have planned it, because a 3rd string snapped and the bridge flew off. When the bridge flew off, they stood, they cheered. He walked down. He picked up the bridge, he came back up on stage. They now had quieted down, but they were still standing as they quietly watched him put his foot on the chair that he had sat in, and he put the violin across his leg. He took the bridge, he put it in place, and he took the 1 string and tightened it back across. And he said, ladies and gentlemen, I've never once given a concert without an encore. Tonight will be no exception. He said, if you'll be seated, I'd like to perform Paganini on 1 string. They said it was not that, the melody, it wasn't what the music sounded like. They were in awe that he was up there with a bow and a violin with 1 string. When he finished, they gave him his 2nd standing ovation. Why is this so important? Why are you here? Why has Solver hosted this? Why am I here? To make you understand how important focus really is. Because it's not the strings that break that will ever stop you. It will be your inability to focus on what you have left to play.